Welcome back to another delicious episode of the Capibaras English podcast. I am Ms. Capibara, your guide to navigating the world in English, and today we are tackling a topic that literally everyone loves: eating out. But let's be honest, for many English learners, a restaurant isn't just a place to eat, it's a place of high-speed questions and confusing menus. And speaking of confusing, Mr. Capi, why are you sitting there with 5 different translation apps open and a look of pure hunger on your face?
Oh, Miss Capibara, you caught me. I'm actually going to a very fancy dinner tonight with some English-speaking colleagues, and I've been looking at the menu online for 2 hours. I don't understand half of these words. What is pan-seared? What does drizzled mean? Is it a weather report or a salad? I'm so afraid that I'll get nervous, point at something random, and end up eating raw snails when I just wanted a steak. I call it the menu panic, and my stomach is already growling with anxiety.
Drizzled salad does sound like a rainy day, doesn't it? But don't worry, Mr. Capi. You don't need to be a professional chef to order a great meal. A restaurant is like a play. There are specific scenes, and if you know your lines, you will always get what you want. Today, we are going to walk through a full dining experience, from making a reservation to handling a mistake with the food, and finally paying the bill without the tipping terror. We're going to make sure you look like a local and eat like a king.
I need this more than I need dessert. I want to be able to ask for what I want without sounding like I'm reading a list of demands. I want it to be a smooth conversation. Where do we start? Do we start at the door?
We start even before that, at the reservation. If it's a popular place, you need to call. Many people find this terrifying because on the phone, you can't see the person's face. But a reservation is just 3 pieces of information: who, when, and how many. I always use a very simple structure. Hi, I'd like to book a table for 2 for tonight at 8 o'clock, please. It's a complete sentence that gives the host everything they need. Let's practice that, Mr. Capi. Imagine you're calling for your dinner tonight.
Okay, let me try to sound important. Hi, I'd like to book a table for 4 for tonight at 7 o'clock, please. Hi, I'd like to book a table for 4 for tonight at 7 o'clock, please. Hi, I'd like to book a table for 4 for tonight at 7 o'clock, please.
Perfect. Now, let's say you arrive at the restaurant. You walk up to the host. You don't just stand there. You say, "Hi, we have a reservation under the name Capi." If you don't have a reservation, you can ask, "Do you have a table for 2 available?" Let's practice the reservation one first.
Hi, we have a reservation under the name Capi. Hi, we have a reservation under the name Capi. Hi, we have a reservation under the name Capi.
Excellent. Now you are at the table. The waiter comes over and usually starts with drinks. They might ask, "Can I start you off with something to drink?" or "Would you like still or sparkling water?" If you just want regular water from the tap, there is a specific phrase for that so you don't get charged for a fancy bottle. I say, "Just a bottle of tap water for the table, please." Practice that. It saves money and sounds very natural.
I always get the expensive water by mistake. Let me try. Just a bottle of tap water for the table, please. Just a bottle of tap water for the table, please. Just a bottle of tap water for the table, please.
Now the menu. This is where you were struggling. If you see a word you don't know, don't guess. Ask the waiter. They are there to help. I use this phrase:
Could I have the burger without onions, please? Could I have the burger without onions, please? Could I have the burger without onions, please?
Great. Now the big moment, ordering your main course. Don't say, I want. It's a bit too direct. In English restaurants, we use I'll have or I'd like. It sounds much more polite. I usually say, I'll have the grilled salmon, please, and for my side, I'd like the mashed potatoes. Practice that I'll have structure.
I'll have the grilled salmon, please. I'll have the grilled salmon, please. I'll have the grilled salmon, please.
Now let's imagine the food arrives. It looks good, but wait, they brought you fries instead of mashed potatoes. Or even worse, your steak is cold. This is where most people stay silent and eat the cold steak because they are too afraid to complain in English. But you don't have to be rude to be heard. You just need to be polite and clear. I start with, I'm sorry to bother you, but I think there's been a mistake. I ordered the mashed potatoes. This, I think there's been a mistake, is the politest way in the world to tell someone they are wrong. Practice it.
I'm always so scared of being that guy, but I really want my potatoes. I'm sorry to bother you, but I think there's been a mistake. I ordered the mashed potatoes. I'm sorry to bother you, but I think there's been a mistake. I ordered the mashed potatoes. I'm sorry to bother you, but I think there's been a mistake. I ordered the mashed potatoes.
You did it. And the waiter will usually say, Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll fix that right away. See? No drama. Now, let's say the food is delicious. The waiter will come by and ask, How is everything tasting? Or, Is everything okay here? You don't need a long speech. Just say, Everything is delicious, thank you. It makes the waiter feel good. Try it.
Everything is delicious. Thank you. Everything is delicious. Thank you. Everything is delicious. Thank you.
Now, the meal is over. You are full and happy. You need the bill or the check in the US. Don't shout. Just catch the waiter's eye, maybe a small wave, and say, Could we get the check whenever you have a moment, please? That whenever you have a moment makes it sound very relaxed. Practice that.
Could we get the check whenever you have a moment, please? Could we get the check whenever you have a moment, please? Could we get the check whenever you have a moment, please?
Perfect. Now, the final boss, tipping. This is different in every country. In the US, it's usually 18% to 20%. In the UK, it might be 10% to 12%, and often it's already added to the bill as a service charge. Always check the bottom of the bill. If you see service included, you don't need to tip extra. If you want to pay with a card and add a tip, you can say, Could you put 30 on the card, please? Or, Can I pay by card? Let's practice asking to pay by card.
Can I pay by card? Can I pay by card? Can I pay by card?
And finally, as you walk out the door, you give that last bit of politeness. You say, Thanks again. Have a lovely evening. It's the perfect end to a perfect meal.
Thanks again. Have a lovely evening. Thanks again. Have a lovely evening. Thanks again. Have a lovely evening.
Mr. Capi, look at you. You've gone from a panicked menu reader to a sophisticated diner. How do you feel? Are you still worried about the drizzled salad?
Not at all. I realize that the waiter is on my team.
That's the spirit. And to all our listeners, your homework is very fun this week. Go to a restaurant or even a coffee shop and practice ordering using I'll have and could I get. If they ask how you are, tell them everything is great. Practice makes perfect, and in this case, it makes a delicious meal. Bite the bullet.
Bite the bullet! Thank you so much for listening to the Capibaras English podcast. If this episode helped you feel more comfortable at the dinner table, please subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and leave a comment. We want to know, what is the most confusing thing you've ever seen on a menu?
We can't wait to read your stories. And for our next episode, we are going to dive into a very important topic: the English pharmacy. How to describe aches, pains, and get the right medicine. Because sometimes you need more than just a good meal.
I'll definitely be there. Hopefully, I won't need a pharmacy after tonight's big dinner. Thank you, Ms. Capibara. Have a lovely evening, everyone.
See you next time. Keep practicing and stay confident.
Bye-bye. I'll have the dessert menu, please.